Ever found yourself in the crossroads of decision-making, wondering whether to register your vehicle under your business or your personal name? You're certainly not alone. This is a common dilemma, a puzzle that many vehicle owners grapple with. It's a decision that carries with it potential benefits and drawbacks, financial implications, and legal considerations. It's not a choice to be made lightly, nor without understanding the full picture. To make an informed decision, we need to delve into the pros and cons of each registration method. Let's start with the benefits of registering your vehicle under a business name. First up is the potential for tax deductions. When a vehicle is used for business purposes, a portion of the costs related to its operation, including fuel, maintenance, and even depreciation, can often be written off as business expenses. This could translate into considerable savings come tax time, and who doesn't like the sound of that? Secondly, registering a vehicle under a business name can provide some degree of liability protection. In the unfortunate event of an accident, having the vehicle registered to a business can help protect personal assets. This is because a business, in many cases, is considered a separate legal entity. Therefore, it's the business, not you personally, that might be held responsible for any liabilities arising from the accident. Next up is brand visibility. If your vehicle is visibly associated with your business, it becomes a mobile advertisement. Whether you're parked at a client's office, driving to a meeting, or even just getting groceries, your business name is out there for all to see. This kind of exposure can be invaluable for building brand recognition and credibility. Furthermore, there's the potential for improved financing options. Some lenders offer more favorable terms to businesses, given the potential for a higher volume of transactions. This could mean better interest rates or more flexible repayment terms when financing your vehicle. Lastly, registering a vehicle under a business name can provide a more professional image. This may not seem like a big deal, but in the world of business, image is everything. Having a vehicle registered to your business can send a message of seriousness and commitment to your work, which can go a long way in fostering trust with clients and partners. Clearly, business registration has its perks, but it's not all roses. There are also downsides to consider when registering your vehicle under a business. As with any decision, it's essential to weigh both the pros and cons, and this case is no different. Firstly, the complexity of paperwork can be a significant drawback. Registering a vehicle under a business name is not as straightforward as personal vehicle registration. It involves a lot more paperwork and compliance with stricter regulations. For instance, you'll need to provide proof that the business indeed exists, which may require additional documents like articles of incorporation or business licenses. You'll also need to keep detailed records for tax purposes, which can be time-consuming. Secondly, increased insurance costs can be another hurdle to consider. More often than not, insurance companies charge higher premiums for vehicles registered under a business name. The reason? Businesses typically have more liability exposure than individuals. For example, if your business vehicle is involved in an accident, the resulting legal and medical bills could be substantial. Insurance companies factor in this increased risk when setting premiums, leading to potentially higher costs for you. Lastly, there's the potential for business liability in case of accidents. If a vehicle registered to your business is involved in an accident, your business could be held legally responsible. This could lead to lawsuits, potentially damaging your business reputation and financial stability. It's a risk that cannot be overlooked. However, don't let these cons discourage you outright. It's crucial to keep in mind that these are potential disadvantages, but they may not necessarily apply to your specific situation. Each business and vehicle use case is unique, and these downsides may be mitigated with careful planning and risk management. As you can see, the business route, while enticing, does come with its share of challenges. It's all about balancing the potential benefits with the possible drawbacks and determining what best meets your needs and those of your business. As always, it's advisable to consult with a professional to understand the full implications of your decision. Now, let's pivot to personal registration. What are the advantages? Well, the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about registering a vehicle under a personal name is simplicity. There's no need to wade through complex business regulations or tax laws. The process is straightforward, with fewer steps to follow compared to business registration. You go to your local Department of Motor Vehicles, Provide your identification, proof of ownership and insurance, pay the registration fees, and voila, you're done. Another advantage of personal registration is lower insurance costs. When you register a vehicle under a business, insurance companies often view it as a higher risk due to the likelihood of more extensive use, leading to higher insurance premiums. On the other hand, a vehicle registered under an individual is typically used less intensively, resulting in lower insurance costs. Personal registration also offers a degree of personal liability protection. If the vehicle is involved in an accident, the liability often falls on the insurance policy rather than the individual. However, it's important to note that this is subject to the specific conditions of your insurance policy, so it's always a good idea to discuss this with your insurer. It's also worth noting that personal registration allows for more privacy. Business registration often requires public disclosure of information, including the business name and address. Personal registration, on the other hand, generally keeps your details more private. Lastly, personal registration allows for a certain level of flexibility. If you decide to sell the vehicle, it's usually easier to transfer ownership if the vehicle is registered under an individual. Conversely, selling a business-registered vehicle can involve more red tape and complications. So, to sum it up, personal registration can offer you simplicity, lower insurance costs, personal liability protection, privacy, and flexibility. It's a great option if you're looking for an uncomplicated, cost-effective way to register your vehicle. However, as with everything in life, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So personal registration offers ease and cost-effectiveness, but it too has its downsides. Let's not overlook the potential drawbacks of registering your vehicle under your personal name. While it may seem straightforward and hassle-free, registering your vehicle under your personal name does come with its fair share of downsides. One significant disadvantage is the lack of tax benefits. When a vehicle is registered under a business, certain expenses may be tax deductible. This can include fuel, maintenance, insurance, and even depreciation. However, when the vehicle is under a personal name, these benefits are typically not available, which could result in higher overall costs. Another downside is the potential for personal liability in the event of an accident. If a vehicle registered under a business is involved in an incident, the business is usually held responsible. However, when a vehicle is registered personally, the individual is typically held accountable. This could potentially lead to personal financial loss, especially in the case of severe accidents with high injury costs or property damage. The final disadvantage we'll discuss is the lack of business branding opportunities. Vehicles registered under a business name can often serve as moving advertisements for the company, especially when they're decked out with the business logo and contact information. This type of exposure can be a valuable marketing tool, helping to increase brand visibility and recognition. However, when a vehicle is registered under a personal name, these branding opportunities are lost. So, while personal registration may seem like the easier route, it's important to consider these potential drawbacks. The absence of tax benefits could make it a more expensive option in the long run. The risk of personal liability could expose you to potential financial losses, and the lack of branding opportunities could mean missed chances to promote your business. Clearly, personal registration isn't a one-size-fits-all solution either. And so, as with any decision, it's crucial to weigh the pros and cons, considering your unique circumstances before deciding which route to take when registering your vehicle. So, we've dissected the pros and cons of business and personal vehicle registration. Business registration offers tax benefits and liability protection, but it comes with complex paperwork and may affect your credit rating. Personal registration is simpler and more straightforward, but exposes you to potential liability and may not offer the same tax benefits. Remember, the choice between business and personal vehicle registration depends on your unique circumstances. Weigh your options carefully and make the choice that best suits your needs.